Good morning, Standard 5 students. Today we'll start Limbs and Joints, Chapter 7, Skeletal System. Let us see about the limbs and joints. So, limbs. We have two pairs of limbs, the forelimbs and the hind limbs. So, the forelimbs are known as arms. We use it for various purposes. And the forelimb can be divided into upper arm, the forearm, and the hand. There are three parts in the forelimb. The upper arm of the body extends from the shoulder to the elbow and provides strength for pulling and lifting. The forearm is the part of forelimb between the wrist and the elbow. So, the two main important part is there. Upper arm is made up of a single bone, and the forearm is made up of two thin bones. And after that, there is wrist, and after wrist, there is hand. So, let us see about all this. We can see in this picture there is a single big bone in the upper arm that is known as humerus, and in the forearm there is two thin bones, one is radius and other is ulna. After that, carpals, metacarpals, and they make the wrist. After wrist there is hand in the lower side, and it has fingers. This is the picture of hand. Now next we will see about the hand. Our hand includes 5 fingers that allow humans to pick and carry objects, write, eat, food, etc. So we can pick the objects, we can carry the things, we can write, we can eat food also with our hands. The upper arm has single long bone called humerus till elbow. The lower arm is made up of 2 bones. There are 27 bones in our hand and wrist. Many small bones are present in our hand and wrist. Very small bones make our wrist and the fingers. You know that each finger contains 3 bones, and in the thumb we have only 2 bones. After that, hind limbs. So hind limbs are known as legs. Our hind limbs are known as legs. The leg consists of upper leg, knee, lower leg, ankle and foot. There are 4 parts: upper leg, knee, lower leg, ankle and foot. The femur is thigh bone, which is the largest bone in our body. It is the longest bone, that is femur, and it is thigh bone. The upper base of the femur makes up part of the knee. Let us see the picture. In this picture, we can see there is a long thigh bone that is known as femur. After that, 2 thin bones. One is thick and one is thin, that is tibia and fibula. After that, tarsals, metatarsals and digits, they are forming the ankle and the toes. This is the picture of your leg. And the joint. The knee is a pivot-like hinge joint, the largest joint that connects the bones in the upper and the lower leg. Upper and lower leg is connected by knee, that is the largest joint. The lower leg has 2 bones called tibia and fibula. The ankle and the foot contains 26 bones. The leg gives support to the body when we are standing and help us to do other movements such as walk, run and jump. So we can walk, we can run, we can jump, and many different activities we do with the help of our lower leg. Now, function of the skeletal system. The skeletal system has the following function. First, it provides shapes and support to our body. Without the skeletal system, our body would be a floppy like a jelly. We would not be able to stand also. So, without the skeletal system, our body will not be able to stand, and we will become like a muscular object, and we cannot move, we cannot run, we cannot walk. Now, second is it protects our soft internal organs. So, many soft internal organs are protected by the bones. The skull protects the brain. Our skull is very hard, and inside that brain is very soft, and it is protected inside the skull. And our rib cage protects the heart and the lungs. Heart and lungs are also very important and soft organs in our body. So they are also protected inside the rib cage. The backbone protects the spinal cord. The spinal cord is also very soft and important part. It is also protected inside the backbone. The eyeball. rest inside the bony eye sockets. We have eye sockets, inside that our soft eyeball is protected. So this protects our many internal soft organs. Third is it allows the movement of the different body parts. Without the bone and muscles we cannot move. So it helps in the movement of different parts of the body. Number 4, bones contain marrow where our blood cells are made. So inside the bone there is a substance filled. That substance is known as bone marrow, and in that bone marrow is responsible for making our blood cells. Now there is a question, name the largest bone in our body. The thigh bone or femur is the longest bone in our body. It is present in our leg. Name the smallest bone in our body. So stapes is the smallest bone in the human body. It is present in the middle ear. It is also a very small bone, a smallest bone actually, and it is in the ear, middle ear. Now there is a question, how many bones are there in our toes? Our big toes have 2 bones each, whereas the other toes have 3 bones each. So our big toes have only 2 bones and other toes have 3 bones each. Now next, joints. Now we will see about the joints. There are 2 kinds of joints, movable, immovable. So first we should know about what is joint. A joint is the meeting place of 2 bones. Where 2 bones are meeting, that place is known as joint. Now what are ligaments? A joint is the meeting place of 2 bones. What are ligaments? The bones are held together by strong tissues called ligaments. So 2 bones are connected to each other by a very strong tissue. That tissue is known as ligament. Now what is synovial fluid? A special type of fluid is present in the joints and known as synovial fluid, which acts like a lubricant and helps the bones to move smoothly. So when 2 bones are joining with each other, there is a fluid filled in between them to lubricate it. Otherwise the bones will rub with each other and it will become torn and it will disturb the movement also. So to provide the smooth movement of the bones, there is a synovial fluid that acts like a lubricant and makes the smooth movement possible. Now what is bone marrow? Skeletal are hollow and are filled with a soft fatty substance called bone marrow. So between inside the skeleton that is hollow, there is a fluid filled. That fluid is known as bone marrow. You can see this picture where 2 bones are meeting. In this you can see the picture that where 2 bones are meeting, the space between these 2 bones is filled with a fluid. That fluid is known as synovial fluid. It is only acting as a lubricant. Now next, movable joints. So we have seen that joints are 2 types, movable and immovable. So movable joints. Most joints are movable. There are 4 kinds of movable joints in our body. So we will discuss about them one by one. Ball and socket joint. This type of joint allows movement in many directions. The shoulder joint and the hip joint are examples of ball and socket joint. In this joint, we can move all the 3 directions of our body. You can see in this picture also, you can understand from this picture that in this a ball type of arrangement, ball and a socket is present and the socket ball is fixed inside the socket. So movement in all 3 planes it can allow us. So it is the most free movement allowing joint. Shoulder and hip joints are ball and socket joint. This type of joint is multi-axial, that means in many planes you can move your body parts in this place. So shoulder and hip we can move in many 3 planes. In this arrangement also you can see your shoulder. The shoulder, there is a ball and there is a socket like arrangement. In that socket the ball is moving freely. Now next you can see about your hip joint. Hip joint is also, you can see there is a ball like arrangement. In this you can see there is a ball and that is also a socket. So inside this socket the free movement is allowed. Now hinge joint. Hinge joint, as the name suggests, this type of joint works like the hinges in the door. You know, when hinges are present in the door, we can open the door in one side only. Like that, this type of joint also allows back and forth movement. Bones in the knee, elbow, fingers and toes have this type of joint. It can move the bones only in one direction. If you will try to move your knees and elbow in the back direction, it will break now, because it is like a hinge and it allows the movement in the one direction only. Knee is the largest hinge joint in the body. You can see in this how it is fixed together. Hinge joint, elbow hinge joint is like this placed. You can see the picture, other picture also. In this you can understand better. You can see the head of the bone in this picture. Head of the bone is fixed inside the, you can see here, and this. So in this it is moving in only one direction. Now you can see your this, the human knee also you can see. In this also there is a fixed bone with each other they are. You can see here the socket, movement of the bones in this type. This is your knee. Now next we will see about the pivot joint. Pivot joint is also called rotary joint. This type of joint is found between the skull and the first two vertebrae of the spine. It allows you to move your head up, down and sideways. The moving bone rotates within a ring that is formed from a second bone and adjoining ligament. So there is a ligament, you know, when the bones are joined with each other. This type of joint is present between the skull and the first two vertebrae, and you can move your head up and down, right, left, that is sideways. This is called pivot joint. You can see in this pivot joint, examples of pivot joint: elbow between the radius and humerus, neck between the atlas C1 and axis, that means two vertebrae, and your neck region, that is head. You can see in this picture also, head is moving with the vertebrae, it is joint. In this picture it is shown pivot joint. Here you can see here. So the skull is resting over the two vertebrae, these two vertebrae, and it is moving over that two vertebrae. This type of joint is pivot joint. You can see the diagrammatic figure of the pivot joint, how the bones are fixed joint with each other. In this also pivot joint, it is showing how they are fixed, and there is a ligament. By the ligament they are joined together. Now gliding joint. This joint allows the bones to glide past one another. It is sliding over one another in any direction along the plane of the joint. Some of the bones in your wrist and ankles move by gliding against each other. Your wrist and ankles are gliding over each other. We can bend our back easily because of this joint. In our backbone also this type of joint, that means our vertebrae are sliding over each other. That's why we can bend our body. You can see in this picture gliding joints, ankle and wrist, they are gliding over each other. The bones are gliding here over each other in the wrist also and in ankle also. You can see the picture of ankle also, and gliding joint, wrist bones you can see in this picture. Now next, ankle bone. You can see the ankle bone also here. It is gliding over the bones. Now what is osteology? The study of bones is called osteology. So the like the bones, those in which we are studying about the bones, different types of bones, that is called osteology. Now thank you students. In this we will read about this much. In the next class we will meet again for the next topic. Thank you.